Hey, it's Tuesday night. I know we had one last night. That was super cool of Daniel Green, Danny Diesel, to tell us all about his Thailand experience. That was super cool, man. So I'm going two in a row here. So here we go. But this is my real one. This is the one I set up. Steve Willingham, dude. We've been partying with Steve for a long time, and they brought out a 6th gen Camaro out to Rocky Mountain Race Week, and he's from New York City, not New York State. So I got to say New York City, and we'll talk about that, like what that's like building a car in New York City. Like that's it's got to be wild, man. So we're gonna get all into that. It's gonna be super cool. I had a great day and a great week so far. Wrenching, I got new rear gear in the Malibu, and got the block all washed up for the Cadillac. I'm just waiting on the crank and the rods to come back from the machine shop, and that thing will be going back together. Got a race this weekend in Kearney, Nebraska. It is going to be awesome, man. It is going to be such a good one. Funny Car Chaos, Rocky Mountain Stick Shifters. They got a small tire like gangster race going on, a bracket race as well, and they got a cruise night going on as well out there in Kearney. So if you've been on Rocky Mountain Race Week, you've been to Kearney and you know those dudes, and they lay it down, and we have a blast out there. So we'll be there this weekend, and it's going to be awesome. Then I've got a couple more weeks off, and then I'm at that fastest streetcar shootout race, the Havlicks race out in Iowa, and that is going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. So lots of cool stuff coming up, and I got a lot of wrenching going on, so we were going to be doing a bunch of that stuff coming up. But that said, thanks so much everybody for tuning in. Aaron Schaefer's on, man. He's Steve Willingham has become an honorary Texan through Drag and Drive. The Team Texas guys have brought him into their circle, and whenever he gets anywhere past the Mississippi River, he's instant Texan. It's a wacky deal. We'll talk about that as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for checking it out. I'm gonna play the little intro video, and we will bring back Mr. Stephen Willingham. Hey, there's the guy right there, man. Welcome to That's Cool Drink, man. And thanks for coming on Tuesday night. I know it's like 9 p.m. for you. And if you're anything like me, you might fall asleep at any given moment.
Nah, no way. Not with you here.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Dude, fresh off your FAF 8 victory.
How do you do that?
It's a mirror. Holy cow, dude! Yeah. Tell us about that. Like, I mean, I was telling people up in the tower, and I think I was on the microphone, and I was like, dude, that guy's fingerprints are in his scramble button now. He's pushing that thing so hard that it's gone through the glove and everything, and you can see a thumbprint of yours in the scramble button. But talk about, I mean, dude, you got an 850 car. Like, let's just be straight up. Like, your car's an 850 car, and right. Dude, Brian Coldstone's car is a 6-second car, and you're in the same class as that dude. Like, what do you feel like when you're doing chip draws and you're standing down there with a dude like that? Like, talk about that.
Also, I just hope I didn't get him first. At least let me make it to the second round. Get to the second round, and then we'll deal with it. But yeah, when he had his little mishap and he was out, I secretly was like, yes.
Right, right, dude. I mean, because and then I was talking to him at one of the checkpoints, I think at Force Performance, and he was like, man, like, you expect me to like be able to cut a light and stage this thing in one shot, and like, dude, I mean, any given Sunday sort of world with that, and he's like, I'm used to testing tuning. Like, you put me down with a real life race, like, I'm in trouble, man. And yeah, a couple of these guys may have me, I may have them covered by 2 seconds, but if it takes me 4 seconds to spool my jump,
right,
done, dude. And like, you know, that's a testament to you kind of having your stuff squared up. And yeah, man, I mean, what's that like driving home to New York City
That's right.
with
You know,
$7,500 cash in a manila envelope?
I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe that I won. You know, it's just you know, I never, you know, when you're a drag racer, you don't really expect to win. You just race for the fun of it, and if you win, that's a plus. You know, so
Right.
you know, it's just I really didn't like it. Didn't hit me. It still kind of didn't really hit me. It's like, man, like I really won. You know, so
Yeah, man. And I mean, the quickest heads up class that is at any drag and drive. I mean, it's the only one that does heads up racing.
right,
You know, at
right.
the end of it, and you throw down with the quickest class, and you put that freaking Grand National up on the podium, dude. And it was so cool. Like I had the best time calling that race and calling you, you know, winning rounds in that deal, and that was it was pretty sweet watching that thing, you know. And I know you've been
Yeah,
kind of
it,
fighting it, but
it
a little bit of redemption
felt
for
good. I
Mr.
ain't gonna lie. Like
Willingham.
I did have that. What'd you say?
I said a little bit of redemption for Mr.
Oh, there
Willingham.
you go. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you know what happened last year? Got a little, had a little, it's a little funky, but that's all right. um,
Right.
uh, what you said about the scramble button is true because the bracket is actually bent. I have to straighten it. I was pushing it as hard as I possibly could, and then I actually hit a safety, uh, and I hit a EGT safety. So luckily,
Okay.
you know, I don't know, Jim had a little problem. So because if he was next to me, he would have beat me. But yeah, I hit like 40
Well,
something.
hey, I mean,
Yeah, like
again,
40 pounds loose.
you gotta turn on wind lights, right? Like it's racing. That's
Yeah,
part
right.
of it. And I mean, like
Mhm.
he came to that final round and he had his parachute tucked up in the trunk, and he was, yeah,
Mhm.
dude, he was fighting that thing a little bit, I think. And I think,
Right.
you know, just the
Mhm.
heat of it got to him, and I mean, you had him in the position you needed to have him in to turn a wind light on against him.
Yeah. Right. That's like I said. That's racing.
Hell
Right.
yeah, and you
Right.
know, some days rather be lucky than good. It's just some days it goes that way.
Yeah. Exactly.
Plus, 7,500 could buy you a new bracket.
Right. Right.
So, talk to us about. I mean, dude,
Yeah. It's like
New York City, right? And like, where do you live in New York, and how do you have the ability to
yeah.
build a car, but multiple cars in New? You know, I figure New York City, like you know, you're packed, right? You can't have a garage in New York City, can you?
Yeah. Look, the garage right here.
You kidding,
Yes.
dude?
Yeah. I live in Queens. Live in Laurelton, Queens. It's you know, it's a nice little town. I don't have as much property as everybody. I got a little 40 by 100 lot with my house over here, my garage here, and I just make it work. You know, got no choice.
Yeah, totally,
Yeah.
dude. And like, is it a like a 1 car, 2 car garage? Have you built all your stuff basically in that?
Well, before the garage, I used to go to my friend's shop to do a lot of my work. Uh, the garage is really kind of 2 car, but I made it just a big 1 car because I'm kind of messy. I got stuff everywhere, so it's just a big one
Right.
car, and I get everything done in here. I got 2 welders. I got everything you need, saws, everything.
So you built. I mean, the Grand National. You pretty much did all your own work on, right? And you did it all right there in the garage.
Yeah, yeah. I bought the car with a cage, did the motor, the turbo kit, wire it. Uh, Tony did the transmission, accurate transmissions. Got a Haltech, you know, full of motion parts and everything, and that's it.
Hell yeah! And is it still that wacky D-stroke motor?
No, so that motor was 1.0 last year.
Okay.
In the space between 1.0 and 2.0, I put a 408 in here, and that's what
Okay.
it's been a 408 since then, since 2.0 last
I lied to the people. I apologize to them.
year. Yeah, single turbo too. It's a single turbo.
It is single. Okay. All right. Yeah, it used to be. He had a 6-liter block, and you put a 4.8 crank in it, and it made like a 327, 325, 327, something like that. And yeah, that was a wacky deal, but you made it work. Shoot, did we lose him? Maybe. Is he locked up? Am I locked up?
Mm.
Who's on? Who's on first? Oh no.
It was a 6-liter block, 4.8 crank, 30 overbore. It was 333 cubic inch.
333. Oh, are you back? Son of a. All right, he's catching up, folks.
Yeah.
They got they just now got internet. Okay, are we caught up? Holy cow. We got stuck in the internet for a little while. We were in the Matrix. Jeez. I think I still got Steve locked up. I gave a little wheel for a second, but I still got Steve locked up, I think.
Oh, I'm gonna go in the house. This thing is acting funny.
Sounds good. I know.
Yeah.
Everybody funny. Now you funny too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says. While he gets himself in the house, here's a bunch of the photos of the Grand National and him doing the work here the last couple of years, and he brought this one out last year, right, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. And you built it over the last year and a half. Before
I actually got it done pretty quick. Yeah, it was. I started in February of 22, and it was finished by August of 22.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that is awesome. So I mean, I know because I love G bodies, but why G body?
Well, actually, I started looking. If you remember, I was actually looking for a 66 to 67 Nova, and,
right?
I couldn't find one that looked like it was built within the last 20 years. So I just said, just scrolling, and I saw a Grand National. I said, oh man, that looks pretty good, and the price was decent. So I said, all right, I'll take it. It was in Indiana. I went and got it, and that was it.
Hell yeah! And so it just sort of fell on your lap, and it's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love G bodies. I love Regals. I love Grand Nationals, especially, and yours is a T-top ride, even.
Yeah, it's not my favorite part, but it's all right.
Well, like you were saying, like you have them taped down, but
right.
I mean, if you're in '87 and you're at the Buick dealer and you're buying a Grand National, you're buying that one.
Yeah, with a T-top. That's right.
Yep. So I mean, why not? Why not, dude? And the goal was really 850s, right? The whole time.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it was. All I wanted to do was go 850.
Street category. You want to run with your dudes, and tell us about that. Like, how in the hell did a black dude from New York City show up on Rocky Mountain Race Week and get hooked up with like the 4 whitest Texan dudes on the planet, and with all different stuff, dude? Like, all you had, like when you first showed up, you had the 6th gen.
Yep.
And like Jason had his Fox, and Aaron had the 4th gen Camaro, and like, how in the hell did you like show up on this? And you're like, hey guys, you want to party? And they're like, hell yeah. Like, how does and you, like I said in the intro, like you are an absolute like authentic Texan now. Like them cats will, you could go down there and they would be like, welcome home.
Right. So it started. I actually found Aaron on Instagram like a long time ago, and I just followed him on Instagram, and just messages here and there, nothing crazy. And then he said he was going to Drag Week 2019. That was my first one, and I met him at Drag Week, but something happened with his car, so he wasn't racing. But that's when I first met him, and then we kept in contact and stuff like that. And then when 2.0 came out, everybody was going because it was the first one, and that's where I linked up with everybody, and then that's all she wrote.
Yeah, exactly. Like next thing you know, like you're just best buds, and that's like I did an article on Sick the Mag about low maintenance friends, and it's drag and drive friends. They're friends that you don't even need to see every day, or every week, or every month, or even every year. Like 2 years removed, you show up, and you just almost start a conversation like you never even stopped the previous one. Like
exactly.
And that's kind of always been my experience with you. Like it's always cool. Like even if I'm just driving by and I'm screaming out the window at you, like you're always like, my man, like big, your big smile, and you'll give me the finger guns.
That's it.
And yeah, dude. And Chad is definitely not low maintenance, Neil. Chad from Bang Shift, high maintenance. That guy. Hey, you guys. And Andrew Lloyd says you're also an unofficial Kansan.
This is true. Well. This is true because I met Andrew. I met Andrew, Zach. I met a bunch of people on 2.0 that first year.
Yeah,
a lot. Actually, I can't remember.
Yeah, dude.
I think I pulled in the Carney and just went right into the tech line. And I was like, "What's going on here?" Like, and then, we just started talking, and that was it.
And then next thing you know, you got best buds. 5 years later, 4 years later, and here we are.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about the Camaro. We'll just kind of step backward a little bit here, but talk to us about the ZL1. I mean, that thing is what was sold with a blower on it, and you chucked that in the garbage and put turbos on it. But like, you brought this thing out for a couple of years and destroyed the 10.0 class with an 860 car. Tell us about that car. Tell us about index racing that junk.
So it started. It was just a heads cam car. I was trying to go really fast. I ended up putting a 2650 supercharger on it, and then I bent the rod in the stock motor, and I let it sit for a while. Then Corona came, and I had time to fix it because we were able to work from home, so I just fixed the car.
Right.
Brought it back out, and then Here on Speed came out with the turbo kit. So I said, "Oh man, nobody really has a turbo Camaro." So I put the turbo kit on there. That was fun for a while. Some maintenance issues with it, but it was fun. And that's when I went to 86 with it. At one point, I think I was like the 7th fastest Camaro in the country or something like that.
Wow.
I think that was the highest I got on the list, and then everybody started getting real fast. And I'm not even on the list anymore.
Right. Like top 50, maybe.
Right. So so it was turbo for a while, and then just recently, like I don't know, 2 months ago, I decided to take the turbo off, and I put the 2650 back on it, and went to the track this past Sunday. I only went a 9.6, but went 150, so it's all right. I still got a lot of bugs to work out. But
so it's got the 2650 back on it?
Yeah, 2650 back on it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So you got twin turbos for sale at some point for a 6th-gen Camaro?
I do. I didn't get a chance to make a for sale post, but I do,
Well, there you go. I mean, if you're one of the tens and tens of people watching this, reach out to Mr. Willingham. We'll give you a deal on some twin turbos for your 6th-gen, right, if you are so inclined. Did you ever sell that blower from your Escalade? That
is what's on the car.
Okay.
Yeah, I kept it and just put it on the Camaro. Yeah.
All right. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that works out good when you have a fleet, right? That's my whole. I got all LS stuff, so it's like when the motor and the caddy went bad, I was like, all right, what do I got that's good?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know this is good, and I know this is good, and I can change this, and I got time. I just don't have a lot of money, so like I can make that stuff work. Like no big deal.
Right.
I can make that stuff work. So how long did you have the Camaro? What brought you to the Camaro, and what brought you to drag and drive? Like, why in the hell were you like, I'm going to drag week, dude?
So the Camaro. So before the Camaro, I had a Cherokee SRT, a 2014 Cherokee SRT. It had a 426 and a Pro Charger. It was okay. It was before the Trackhawk came out. It was cool. But when I saw that the Camaro had a 10-speed transmission, I said, 10-speed? Oh, I need that. I'm gonna get that. So December 20th, 2017, I went to a dealer in Connecticut. I brought it home. And of course, the original plan was to just bolt-ons and have fun. And you see it snowballed, as always.
Of course, that's just how it works, right?
Yeah, that's just what it is. And then the drag and drive stuff, I saw 1320's coverage of Rocky Mountain. I think the first one I saw was, I think I saw 2017 or 18.
Okay.
And then I saw a bunch of drag week stuff, and I was like, oh man, that looks pretty good. And I told myself in 2019 that I was going to do one. And that was my first one, drag week. I actually came in second in the Street Machine Eliminator on my first one.
Yeah, which is a 10-0 limited class.
10-0 class, yeah.
Which and I raced it when it was daily driver.
Yeah.
In 14, and they made it into a 10-0 class. So you you race all week for your spot in the class, and then they bracket race the top like 35 or something like that.
32, yeah.
32. Okay, yeah, it makes sense to make a ladder. But yeah, dude, you almost won that. How cool is that? Your first time out, you're like, I know where the brake pedal is. I can make that happen.
Yeah, and after that, I had a bunch of nothings. I had like, so I did. I think I did 13 events so far, and I think I had like a span of like 7 where I didn't place.
Matt Lang says you got lucky in 2019.
Oh, right. Yeah, I raced Matt. That's where I met Matt. It was me and him. In the shootout, and he did a little bulb flicker, and it made me red light. He got me. Yeah, he bumped
the people you meet on drag and drives, man. I mean,
it flickered that bulb, and I left like a dummy, and he got it.
That'll happen, man. That will happen. Yeah. But you've been a gearhead for a long time. Like, let's take a step way back. Like, when did you get into cars, and what got you into cars in the first place? So,
I don't know. People ask me that. I feel like I was born to do this stuff. I've always, started with RC cars when you're a kid. And then my first car was a Volkswagen Rabbit. This is where I got the name from, Mr. Rabbit.
I was going to ask where
Yeah, it's a stupid. So back in the day, I was a racer, man. I would go to the street races. I'd be doing burnouts. Just doing random burnouts all over the place. Nobody know who I was.
Why not?
Like,
burnouts are awesome.
So they just started calling me Rabbit because I was in a Volkswagen Rabbit, and the name
just doing burnouts, just cause.
Yeah, that's it. I was just doing burnouts. That's it. And then I decided to get rid of the Volkswagen crap, and then I bought a CRX, and then I actually had these 3 guys, our friends Eddie, Mark, and Darian. They did my first engine swap because I didn't know anything about it. I bought this Japanese motor. They're like, "Why'd you buy this crap?" I put it, they put it in for me, and I started doing a little bit of street racing and stuff. And then I started learning, and it progressed from there. I started doing things on my own.
But about what time frame are you in right here when you're getting in the CRX and whatnot?
Wait, say that again.
About what time frame, or when you got the CRX and when you start
the CRX? Like I was thinking, CRX
when you start kind of getting into the modifying and you realize you're stupid.
Yeah, like 2000. Yeah, 2000 I had the CRX, and then 2001 was when I had my first like fast car. It was an '89 Civic EF with a LS VTEC swap.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I really started. Like, I was a force to be reckoned with back in the days.
Totally, man.
Yeah. People knew who I was back then.
And if you don't know Honda stuff, the LS VTEC, the original LS swap was the LS out of the LS Integra motor. So it was a V18, right? Not VTEC motor originally. Those were just a regular dual overhead cam, no VTEC, and that you could take the head off and put a B series head on it that had VTEC and turn it into a VTEC. So if you're speaking early Honda, LS VTEC is that V18 with that VTEC head on it to turn it into a VTEC, and then you get kind of it's the poor man's Type R, motor kind of thing. Like, it's a cheap way to get in with into a relatively quick deal. But like, were you into turbos at that point and whatnot?
Nah, it was NA stuff because I was too broke to buy any of that crap. So it was just NA. The cheapest way would be to make it faster. We put some CTR pistons in there, some Type R cams. I learned this camshaft setting from there's a like a King Honda. He lived down the block from me. His name was Craig. He had a whole squad. Nice performance back then in the day. We advanced the intake cam +2 and retard the exhaust -1, and that's it.
It's
You'll be on
perfect.
your way.
It's perfect. And kind of same deal. Civic dudes, CTR Civic Type R. They have the dome pistons,
Big dome
on them,
pistons,
so
yeah.
it makes a ton of compression.
Right.
And there's a Hemi type head, so they have 2 intake valves, 2 exhaust valves. They're opposite each other. Spark plug in the center. So yeah, you just fill up all the void space with a big dome, and I think it made 12 or 12.5 to 1 or something ridiculous
it's like 12,
that.
Yeah, 12 and change.
And yeah, man, with something that has like 18 foot-pounds for rod bearing torque, that's spicy. And then then you add to that, it'll spin 10,000 RPM or something ridiculous like that.
Right.
Yeah, that stuff got to be pretty wild, man. That and that I was into a little bit of that, and like when I had my Civic, I got my 4-wheel drive Civic here semi recently, and like you knew, and that's how you know, like those like those early Honda dudes, like they can pick out those 4-wheel drive Civics, like that, and they knew, like you and only a handful of other dudes were like,
I know what you got there.
So you're working your way through turbo stuff, and then you start getting quick in some of this stuff a little bit, right?
Yeah. So I took a break for a little bit. I was doing a lot of street racing stuff. I took a break. I never really went to the track, and then I decided to do like one last Civic. So it was pretty crazy. I had front mounted turbo, big fiberglass nose, but that ended quick because I destroyed the transmission and I put a dog box in it, and I broke that, and I said, you know what, I'm done. That's it. I quit. So I quit the whole Honda stuff, and that's actually not as far back as you would think. I quit the Honda stuff, I think, in 2014. Yeah, I think 13 or 14 is when I quit. Actually, yeah, right before I got the Cherokee. So about 2013, I quit.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So only 10 years ago, you were still bombing around, and
yeah, that was one of my little single cams right there. Yeah, that was a good one.
And this was sort of the move. Back in the day, I had a manual 4-wheel drive red, 4-wheel drive Civic wagon. It was actually the 6-speed. It had the super low gear, which was stupid. Pretty much just use it for if you're in rush hour traffic, just throw her in super low, and whatever you're good. You can just let the clutch out. And
let the clutch out.
Made, 7 foot-pounds of torque. So if you add some gearing, you can get it rolling way easier. But man, I had a Jackson Racing supercharger for that. I had a D16 Z6 all ready to go.
I had that too.
Yeah, had the whole. It was the whole mess, because you can't do with that transmission. You can't do a B series on it without a crazy expensive adapter.
Yeah, right.
So I just had to get the coolest D series that I could come up with, and that was it at the time. And I never ended up actually running that thing. I ran out of talent and decided to sell all that stuff. And I sold that car. Man, it was awesome. That car was great. I sold that car for like $1,800.
Yeah.
Like idiot back in the day.
It's not bad.
But hey, whatever. I sold the dilapidated one for $3,500 just a few months ago. So yeah,
that's good. That's really good.
I did damn good on that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
Absolutely. Man, Eric's loving the import talk, and Michael Narks is tuning in. Thanks for checking that out, Mike. You'll see him tomorrow night on Drag Drive Repeat, and they do their Wednesday nights. But yeah, fellas, man. So I'm gonna get rolling in some of my questions as well, but I want to keep on rolling through a bunch of your stuff as we keep going too. But so 2014, 13, you're out of you're into the Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And then what time frame did you end up buying the Camaro?
December 20th, 2017. Yeah, 2017. Yep, that was my Christmas present.
Yeah, man. So you're like you're just barely out of the import scene. Like you went and you kind of did the gamut. Like you went with the Mopar and tried that world,
yeah,
and then into the supercharged Camaro and into that world, and then turbocharged that junk, and then into that world, and then you see all these idiots having fun with 850 cars. So, so you got to go down that road now with your junk. But what do you got going? I mean, car I assume is in good shape after Rocky Mountain Race Week. You got anything on the burner for it? And will we see it on a future Dragon Drive here soon?
Oh, absolutely. It'll be at I'm on the fence about the New York State Dragon Drive. We're having our first one October 2nd. I want to go. I don't know yet. We'll see. But definitely going to 2.0. Cool. Definitely going back to the streets, and definitely doing the street and yeet.
Nice. Yeah. That's street and yeet is probably one I want to do the most. Like it always ends up right at Mod Nationals. It's pretty much that same weekend each time, and I'm over there. I'm just not. I'm doing my thing, and we're like stones throw away. But man, Devin and shoot, what's her name? Devin and his wife.
Laura.
Laura, right?
Well, yeah.
Dude, they lay it down. Like they have a cool event. Like I would like to check that out for sure. And dude, that's one I want to go see. I mean, the Klausners have the Kakalaki Run coming up next year, and they've invited me to announce that one as well. So that's gonna be sweet. But lots and lots coming to the East Coast. So you're gonna have some options here coming up.
Yeah, I can't wait to try street and yeet again because I haven't really turned the car up like all the way up, so I want to see how fast I can go. I'm trying to go 4. It'd be nice to go 4 at 4,000 pounds.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Is that what that car's 4,000 pounds?
Yeah, it's about 39. Last time was 39.25. Yeah, with me in it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's heavier than I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Why is it so damn heavy?
Man, I got everything in it. The only thing that's fiberglass is the hood, and that's still heavy. Oh, the trunk is still, and that's still heavy too. But I got a full size gas tank, regular seats, no Kirkies. Nice, comfortable Sparko seats. I have another little fuel cell. It's an iron block. It's half filled with concrete. So that's a little heavy.
Yeah, that'll do. And Blaine, right at that weight. You just need to add some AC, man. I mean, you're already.
The AC's coming. I got something coming for the AC. You're gonna like it. I'm not gonna say anything yet, but I got something coming.
I can't wait. I've committed 100% to putting AC back in the Malibu.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up with like a bastardized vintage air kit on it is going to be my guess. But I've got a factory G body AC unit. It currently has a factory G body just heater unit in it.
Okay.
But have you seen John Dodson's? Like the just the pass throughs. Yeah. Because he doesn't have AC on it, but he's got the AC kit, so he has a heater and stuff all in there. He just doesn't have the AC hooked up on it. But that's so clean. You can get rid of all that. It moves it all inside the car. I'm putting AC back in my junk, but it's gonna be sweet. And James Turberville says that you're probably gonna put a window unit in the back window.
It's kind of I don't even know how to explain it. It's different, but I think it'll work well.
You do stuff different.
Yeah, I do.
So I would expect nothing different out of you. I mean, you know, carbon fiber intake and Haltech and
the 3D printed. I still have it. It's still good. I got it.
Still have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Have it. Yeah.
And your
333
D-stroked. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, you're here to make it a little bit different for sure. And I'm here for it, man. And Jason King says everyone's committed to putting AC in their stuff after 1.0.
Definitely.
That is so true. 100% true. I'm waiting to see how many gassers show up with the new gasser rules plus AC. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, put AC in your gasser. Why not? I mean,
They're gonna
whatever.
need it.
Clay Leak, Bill Leak's dad has the '55 Chevy. That's a 2-lane blacktop tribute car. And he put AC in that car, and you never even know unless he tilts the hood and you see the compressor.
Oh
So,
yeah.
you know, whatever. I'm into it. I'm in for it. AC's the way for sure. It's
Definitely.
too damn hot.
Man, I had borrowed Andrew's battery powered DeWalt fan. Useless. It felt like a hairdryer was blowing on my face.
Right.
Totally useless. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just it gets to a point where it's so hot. There's nothing you can do. Like, I'm just gonna get naked, and
that doesn't even help. That won't even help.
Right. Yep.
The cage will burn
you. And dude, you've done most of these solo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And like you have driven the Camaro to most of these. And dude, what's that like? I mean, you know, it
easy
reading directions and junk like that. You're no problem, just chilling.
That's the only thing that sucks. If that's why I try to get. That's why I have a nice family, a nice race week family where I don't have to navigate. But
right, you hang out with them, right?
Yeah, I hang out with them because the 1 year I did have to navigate, I got lost. I missed a bunch of turns. That was the year I hit an armadillo with the Camaro. So, yeah, I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, hitting armadillos sucks, man. That stuff's no good.
No,
that stuff's no good. Hell no. If you got questions for Steve, throw them up in the comments. We will get those answered as well. I'm going to start on mine, and we'll just kind of see where the kind of rolls us here. But
okay,
what's the largest thrash that you've been a part of? And this could be building a car, it could be on a race, you know, on a drag and drive, whatever.
Well, I would say last year when I swapped the motor and I was trying to get ready for drag week, and I put the new engine together and I put the heads on, and when I started it, the water was leaking out of the side because the heads were cracked. So I had to take the heads back off and swap it, and then I missed drag week. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, I've been in a very similar situation as that. That sucks. Matt Lang wants to know when you're running for president.
Shit, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll think about that for the next one.
And Bassachate wants to know when you're building your big block.
How do you know about that? How do you know about that? Because I am thinking about doing a big block. Yeah, thinking about it.
It seems like the way.
I want to go fast. That's another thing. I
mean, you may as well.
Car, man.
Would you go fast in? I was going to say, is it going to be another car, or are you going to?
Yeah, it got to be another car.
The Grand National.
Yeah, it's got to be sub 3,200 pounds.
So you got to have an 850 car, an 860 car.
No,
that runs.
No, I'll sell 850 car. I'll sell 850 car.
And you'll just sell that thing like no big deal, whatever.
That was fine. Deal. Yeah, the Camaro's the only one that stays.
I guess now with the blower, it's only like a 960 car, but
it'll actually go 9.0. It's just the track was kind of crappy, but it'll go 9.0.
All right. Yeah. Rob thinks that you need an IROC.
No,
I'm here for it.
I ain't got enough hair. I can't grow a mullet. You can't have no IROC.
You got the front mullet. It's all good.
Yeah, that's good. I can do that.
Yeah, it's all a party in the front. Hell yeah.
Why are you asking me that? Oh no. Yes, we're going to battle it out.
You're coming back to 850, and you're gonna. Yeah. Yes. Now I guess that means that Aaron's coming back to 850.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to do it by myself.
Well, here we go. Now it's a party. That's right. That's right. Man, if we can get both you guys into that FAF shootout at the end,
that'd be pretty good. That'd be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be spicy.
Send those heads in orbit. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just driving over the crankshaft in the final.
That's it.
Just make it happen. Build a Fox body. We don't need that kind of negativity around here, man. Have you ever met Steve?
No way.
Steve doesn't want a Fox body.
Never.
Ooh, Vince Rui's coming. for
Oh,
850.
okay. I like that.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, I like
He's
that.
had that stock bottom end 5.3 in that thing ringing it out to run 9.0. That must mean he's got the bigger motor ready to go. Oh, Blaine's in too.
Oh boy, you know what? You see, that's
Ooh,
it.
Limited Street's
I don't
gonna
know
be
about this.
good.
I don't know about this. I'm going to drop down to 9.0 or something. I'm not doing this.
Ooh, 850 is gonna be good, man. Zach wants to know what kind of therapy that you're attending to make the drive from New York to the central U.S. without a truck and trailer year after year.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really have that many brain cells left, so I don't know. I just do it, just because,
Hell yeah, dude. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. And sorry about dissing your foxes. I know you like your foxes. Dash, thanks so much for tuning in again, dude. Dash, welcome back he just did a big G-Body show, and he
Okay.
brought out the Elko, I believe, on a trailer, and part of the Colorado G-Bodies, and you're also an official Coloradan, because you're
yeah,
also in the Colorado G-Body Club as well.
That's right. Got the big sticker on the back window.
Yep. Hell yeah, dude. But Dash always tunes in. He's always working on his stuff, and he gives me a ton of good info in like insight. He's like, dude, start doing shorts. Like, let's let's build you up. Let's make this happen. He's he's a good cat. I'm a big fan of him. Plus he's a G-body dude, so you gotta you gotta like some G-body dudes.
Yeah, G-body or nobody.
G-body or nobody, indeed. What is your best memory from a drag and drive?
Oh, shoot. Winning. That's it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
it. My first big win in any type of drag racing, so I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, and dude, I mean, winning the way you won, dude.
Mhm.
Like, oh, we're lagging. We're lagging here. I got new internet. I'm sorry. I'm trying out some new stuff. It's not whatever, man. It is what it is. But
That's good.
but winning, and winning good. You know what I mean? Like you just won more money than most people have ever won racing a car ever, and that's like I'm talking accumulated money.
Yeah.
That most people won $100 here, $100 there. Like,
yeah,
you took home the grand prize. Like that's
pretty
gotta
good.
be such a cool feeling, man. Knowing that you're among that elite kind of group, and again, you put your car next to Jason Hurley's car, who's won this before, and I mean, Grant Goldstone's car, and Mullet, and all this stuff that is just wicked bad to the bone, and your car is like, hey man, I'm over here on 275. I got one turbo. I'm 4,000 pounds, but you won the same money as them cats. Like that's got to feel good, dude. That's got to feel good. I know for a fact Drag Week will never have a payout. It was built without a payout on purpose, and they're very much stuck to it, and for better or for worse, and honestly, there's a bit of kind of history with it. It was built without money, and it was done that they did that on purpose, and they're never going to do a payout ever. Yeah, it's just never ever going to happen. But either way, Owen Dash said that it's the Monty to the G-Body Classic in Ohio. I towed my crap to Ohio for Drag Week 2016, and never again. Never, ever, ever again, man. No way. No way. Yeah, no thanks. But I'm glad you brought it. I'm glad you went out and checked it out, and you brought the Monty out. That was cool. Zach wants to know, what about another Supra or another import, a Supra, a GTR? What do you think?
So my friends laugh at me because I thought about doing another Honda, but I wanted to get, do all the fancy all-wheel drive stuff because those things are fast. So if I had to do an import, it would be another Honda all-wheel drive, and that's what I do.
Well, the dude I sold mine to is in St. Paul, Missouri. I got his number. It's a good start. You got the diff and the drive shaft, so
Yeah, that stuff's worth a lot of money too. A lot.
It's insane how much that stuff is
Mhm.
worth. And my buddy, who it was his in laws' car, when I sold it, he was like, "You son of a bitch! Like you never told me that stuff was worth that kind of money."
Yep.
And I was like, "Well, I win this time. If you find one, know they're worth money, dude. Like,
Right.
even if it's wrecked, all that
All that
crap's worth
stuff.
money.
Take all of
So
it. Yep.
go get it out. Either way." Um, Tell me about the one that got away. What car did you sell you shouldn't have sold?
Oh, my SRT Ram, SRT10
Okay.
Ram. I only had it for 1 year. It's pretty useless as a pickup truck, but it's just you don't see them. It was it was a regular cab, manual transmission.
Right.
Uh, you never see them.
And it's all Viper stuff. It's the 8
Yeah, all
liter
Viper. Yeah.
V10. It's
Hmm.
the Viper 6-speed T56, and
Right.
the Viper stuff all has the bigger shafts in it and everything. Like
Yep.
it's
Hmm.
all that stuff is wicked.
Hmm.
And yeah, in a half-ton truck,
Right.
and
Yeah.
those are sweet. Like those things
Yeah. That
are
was fun.
that was such a cool, and that was kind of when those pickups like the Lightning was out.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
SRT10 was doing its thing, and it was
Hmm.
the hot rod pickup scene was a thing for sure.
Right.
And yeah, dude, I was always into those SRT10s. Like that thing was it just on paper it looked so it was like, why in the hell would you do this?
It's like I said, it's useless, totally useless as a pickup truck, but
Right,
it's
right.
nice.
But I mean,
Yeah.
when you're doing burnouts and it had like 22s and junk on it
Yeah.
too.
Right.
Like
Hmm.
it was sweet. Like
Black.
that was a
Yeah.
cool truck.
Black with chrome wheels. I had. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Um, and Yacht One winning was so
Oh
freaking
yeah.
cool too. That
Yeah.
car is
That's a cool car,
badass.
man. Yeah.
I was calling it Uncle Buck all week, and he like I saw him at the last day, and he was like, "I got to be honest with you, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what Uncle Buck means." And I was like, "You gotta this John Candy," and he's like looking at me like
Yeah.
who? And
What?
I was
I'm like,
like,
come on.
"Go watch Uncle Buck, man. Do me a
Mhm.
favor and go rent it somewhere and watch Uncle Buck, and then you'll know what I'm talking about." Because he had like a '74 LTD. The Yacht One's like a '78 or '9,
Yeah.
whatever, or like a Grand Brougham. Who knows? Whatever. But it's that's a amazing movie. So
Oh yeah,
whatever.
my buddy James.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, I met James street racing too, back in the
nice
days.
dude. Honda
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep, all Honda stuff. Yeah.
Hell yeah, hell
Hmm.
yeah. What's your favorite racetrack?
Hmm. Hmm. Been to so many, it's hard to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bandimere was
And it can
nice.
be like favorite one you raced on and
Yeah,
or favorite one you've been to, like whatever, man. I mean, you can have a couple.
Bandimere was nice. Um, hmm. I don't know if I have a favorite because I like. I mean, they're all pretty good.
Racetracks are
Uh,
sweet, man. I mean, they're all
yeah,
awesome.
right. I'm racing. Like, what else? Like, that's what I want to
Right.
do. So I don't
Right.
really
I
care.
mean, you could be at work.
Yeah, I'm
I
not. Yeah,
mean,
exactly. I'm not at work, so
whatever.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're damn
Uh,
right. Speaking of, what do you do for work? How do you pay for this?
so I work for the utility company from New York called Con Ed. I'm a construction inspector. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I've been in Con Ed for 15 years. Prior to the inspector, I was an underground splicer, uh, and that's just it.
I
Yeah,
think I saw some pictures from the underground splice
yeah,
world
yeah,
on
yeah.
your social media a little bit,
Mhm.
but that
Yeah,
was
that's what
yeah, dude, that looked wicked. Like
yeah, it's not. It it's different. It's very different. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
hell yeah.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. I mean, I'm sure just like the emergency calls for that were just like,
Yeah, like now, summertime and wintertime are the worst because that's when things are taking off. It can be pretty bad. Yeah.
oh yeah. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Um I think I know the answer to this one just because
Yeah.
you got one of the coolest trailers in the game,
No.
but trailer or no trailer.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta have a trailer, man. I need it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
gotta have a
And
trailer.
especially with his like again the Camaro you drove forever and
Yeah.
ever and ever and ever and ever.
Hmm.
Um and you did it with a trailer.
With the trailer,
And
yeah, have to.
I mean, it's behind there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in that smoke.
It's back in that smoke. But
Yeah,
yeah, you've got like one of the coolest trailers. It's like a tube built,
yeah,
like made for like an
it's
autocross car.
yeah, it's made for autocross guys, and they made the tire attachments a little different because I told them I didn't have 4 305s. I just had 275s and like 4-inch wide. So
And like some like skinnier, right?
yeah, and they just modified it for me, and that's it. Yeah.
It's awesome. And it's that thing's been cool. Good for you for years and years.
Nothing wrong with it. No, I don't have to service. It's got like Toyota hubs on it, so you don't have to service them. It only blew one shock
How
once.
cool is that?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. That is cool. If is that the same one you tow behind the Grand National? I haven't seen that thing on the road
No,
actually.
I use a little motorcycle trailer. Because you see,
Okay.
actually, yeah. Since it doesn't fit on the car trailer, I take that little one apart and put it in the back of the truck. So
Okay.
the one for the Camaro is too big. I can't do that.
Got it. So the motorcycle trailer you can disassemble, throw it in the back of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
You're on your way. All
Yep.
right. That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
So the Camaro pretty much has its own trailer. So when you sell
Yeah.
that, it'll be a kit. Like
Yeah, that thing's not going.
here's
I'll
a
tell you right
10
now.
drag and drive setup.
I'll bet you any amount of money in the world, you'll bury me in that car. It's never leaving. I'll never sell it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You spent a lot of time in that car. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I
like
think
it.
Narks
I
was
really
saying like that's therapy right there. Like spending some
Mhm.
time in your car.
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. That's some therapy right there.
Right.
Especially after racing all week and getting the shit kicked out of you and
Sit back, turn on some AC, and cruise home.
yeah, exactly, dude. Put on some loud music and
That's it.
burn miles.
Mm-hmm.
The one I gave you a heads up on.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Your favorite favorite drag and drive car. One of the cars that I mean, if the dude walked up to you and said, "You know what, Steve? I'm gonna give you this car."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I wish.
which one would you be most stoked
Well,
to
I got
pull into
two.
that garage?
I have two.
All right.
Yeah, Larry Larson's Nova and Tommy Gilton's Camaro.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like both.
Why? And I know the answers to both of these because they're both totally sweet cars. But what's in your mind? What makes both of those cars?
Both of them are fast as hell. Exhaust out the back, street car. The Camaro, because everything works still. Backup camera works. Everything functions like factory. Can put the AC back.
Right.
And Larry Larson, because that car's got a lot of history. It's like the original drag and drive killer. It
is the most iconic drag and drive. I mean, he showed up to Drag Week 2005 with that car, pink in color, with a Roots blower and an alcohol injector on the top, and I think made it 2 days or something ridiculous. But
yeah,
that car has become an absolute icon in drag and drive, and I fell in love with that car. And then my first was Drag Week 2014, and he brought the Nova or the S10 for the first time, which was, I mean, that it's a pro mod. I mean, it's a total 100% like we're skirting every rule that we could skirt,
right?
And we're building a purpose-built car, which was cool to watch him do that. But I was a little bit upset to not see the Nova, to be 100% honest, because that car was. That car was
it's a nice car, man.
It was such a gangster car, man. And it still is. I mean, he still got that car, and it had a Lenko in it, which was, I mean, even cooler. Yeah, dude.
Yep.
And on top that, then you add McGilton's car, and you're totally right. Like everything works. It's got AC. It's got the same seats that recline and all sorts of crap.
Yeah, everything. It's nice and stock.
Yeah, the backup camera, the XM radio, everything but the cruise control that it came with for a creature comfort it's got. And that car's heavy as hell. I think it told me it was 4,800 pounds. Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, those 5th gens are heavy. Fifth gens are real heavy.
and you know, with him in it and with everything, and it's all
Mhm.
steel.
Yep,
It's
in the big block.
that
Yeah.
car's good. I like it a lot. I like both of your choices. I'm into both. Yeah, dude, I'm for it.
Yep.
Guys, if you want to add another comment in there, go.
I
That is
saw.
true, Blaine. His new no prep car looks totally sick. It's that same car. It's painted the same. It just has zoomies. That's the only way you'd know the difference.
I saw Narcs. Wait, Mike. Narcs X. Oh, I think he asked a question about what year. Oh, what year did I do like 4 events? Oh, I think that was 22.
Okay.
When I did drag week, and then I did my laundry, and then drove straight to 2.0.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. It was
Hell yeah.
sick week 1.0, 2.0, and drag week.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Y'all are nuts, man. Y'all are nuts. A bunch of idiots. And I'm here for it. I can't wait to yell in a microphone about it to the world about you doing stupid shit.
All right.
I'm here for it. My last question, and guys, if you have more questions for Steve, you want to throw them up there, put them up in the comments. We'll get those answered. But my last one, as my dog barks his head off in the next room, is what advice do you have for a newbie? Like specifically a drag and drive newbie, or a guy driving from the East Coast into uncharted territory. Like what advice do you have to a guy following your footsteps?
Put a big radiator in your car. Make sure it's got a good radiator. Bring all the tools you can in the beginning, and then on your next one, like, don't just try to skimp. Like, oh, I only need to bring this. I only need to bring. Don't do that. Bring everything, and then you'll see what you need, and then like taper it down with the next event, and just have fun. Don't try to, oh, I got to do this. No. It's your first one. See how it is. Enjoy it. If you don't place, you don't place. It is what it is. There's always next year.
Most people don't place. I mean,
Yeah, right.
there's 300 people or 350 people or 400 people that show up to these things, and like 15 leave with something.
Right.
So I mean, don't feel bad if you're not in the 15 at 300, and the 15 have been doing this for 10 years.
Exactly.
Like,
right.
You don't
Yes.
need to feel bad, a brand new dude.
Just like Andrew said, finishing is winning. That's right. Because look how many people didn't finish this year.
And that's 100%, dude. And I mean, it was cars and people. It was a tough deal. I mean, this one was tough, and and they all are. Like, if you look at especially the Rocky Mountain Race Week events, like, dude, we go to 10,000 feet of elevation. We have 400-mile drives. Like, there's it's unapologetically tough. Like, we're gonna beat the shit out of you a little bit, but you're gonna earn that windshield banner on top of your car. Like, it's just that's part of it.
That's why I didn't put no Kirkies in my car. That's why I got nice, comfortable seats. Because we'll be in it driving for 13 hours. Who wants a Kirky? That joint, it hurts. It doesn't feel good.
Right. Exactly. And like, I even sat in some like Corbos, like some real nice race seats. And same, dude. Like, my back is jacked up. Like, my back is no good. I've been having issues with my back for the last few years, but they've been getting worse and worse now recently. And yeah, dude, it's just a paratrooper. I mean, jumped out of airplanes. Two things fall out of the sky: bird shit and fools. And I'm the latter, dude. And unfortunately, I'm paying for that a little bit right now. Yeah. But I got to have a nice seat. I just got to. And you put me in any of those race seats, dude. They don't sit right. You don't sit in them right. You're uncomfortable. And dude, a drag and drive is 90%, 95%, 98% driving on the road. And you gotta be able to do that part. Like, driving down the racetrack's the easy part. Like, staying alive at the racetrack's a different thing with asphalt and no trees and no shade and whatnot. But like, driving down the road that's what's going to kill your car. So yeah, dude, and you got to be able to. It's an endurance. You might save 50 pounds putting some Kirkies in it, but
not worth it.
Yeah,
you're gonna pay for it in the long run.
Yeah, you're damn right. Well, dude, I'm done. I'm through my questions. I had
Yeah,
a blast. This was super fun.
yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm sorry you had the issues in the garage with the
Yeah,
connectivity and whatnot. Aaron Schaefer says
yeah.
gel seat cushions.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, that's true. They
If you
do.
got Kirky. So you're next to your fast car with the big block that
You
you're talking
know,
about.
all that comfort crap is going to go out the window because I'm trying to go fast. So I'll just have to deal with it.
Like,
You know,
what's the goal? What's the goal? Like, what I mean, you want to beat up on John Dodson? John Dodson
faster.
faster than John. All
Low
right,
7. I want to go like a low 7,
right,
like a low 7.
right. Like tickling on the sixes. Like you want to be in Matt Frost territory.
Yeah, I do, man. I want to go. I know it's right now. It seems kind of way out there, but I would like to go like really fast.
Well, yeah, but you built this car in 6 months.
Yeah, but like to build a car that caliber, first off, the roll is going to be expensive, and then you got to do things a certain way. It's just it's going to cost. That's just what it is.
Right, right. No,
So
yeah, none of this is free or cheap.
nothing
Like
cheap.
especially drag and drive. Like, dude,
Hmm.
if you hate money and you love work,
Right.
this is where you need to be, dude. But I mean, we work our ass off and we spend a lot of money, but
Hmm.
we have the most fun ever when we're out there doing it
Absolutely.
with our people. And I'm happy you're one of my people, dude. And it was
Yeah.
cool. Like I said, it was cool to watch you win. Especially a couple of years after some tough times in that new G body.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
dude,
good.
I was here for it. I'm happy that I got to say Stephen Willingham
Right.
in the final round as you drove out of Tim Ferguson's life, dude. Like that was a cool
That
moment for
was
me.
that
And
was so unexpected, man. I'm telling you, when I grabbed that button and looked there and he wasn't there, I said, "Oh." Uh, I thought Blaine's camera might have caught it because Blaine had a GoPro on the back. I was screaming, I was yelling, kind of cursing a little bit. Uh,
right,
yeah, it was pretty funny.
that's one of those you deserve it kind of
Yeah,
moments. Like
yeah,
it's okay because you just again, dude, you just won more money than most people ever win in motorsports in their whole life. You won it in
yeah,
one race because
yeah.
second place got zero.
See,
So
it wasn't also. It wasn't really. I mean, the money was a big part, but still, like, it was just a big win for me. Because like I said, out of all the racing I do, you don't really win that much. There was a big meme about the guy who spends 2 years building his car, and he might win $500 once. Like that's it. You know what
right,
I'm saying? Like that's
right.
what it is.
Like the
So,
whole time you have the car, like you got a $50,000 car that won five
right.
hundred bucks once,
Yeah, that's it.
and
That's
like
it.
you got a $50,000 car that won $7,500 once. Like
Yeah,
that's that's cool,
yeah,
dude. I mean, that's it. That is cool.
it
But you
definitely
should
is.
drink.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, my drink's over there. It's in the garage.
it's all good, man. But yeah, so dude, thank you so much again for coming on Tuesday. I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw you in the background. I'm gonna say goodbye to all these folks, and then I'll bring you back on, and we'll say goodnight.
All right.
But awesome. Well, thank you again, dude. How freaking cool was that, Stephen Willingham, man? That dude is awesome. Let's finish our drinks here because I'm gonna. His post of him winning that FAF8, dude, it was so cool. It took him a couple of weeks, and he put that thing up and had a little clip of me losing my mind because I've been a Steve Willingham fan for a long time, dude, and having my friends win is sweet. Like that's such a cool deal to be able to call that and yeah, watch a dude kind of come through some strife in a car that he built quick and slaps the thing in the winner's circle. And how cool is that? But it was cool catching up with Steve. It was so much fun, man. This was such a good show, and I feel like we can do so much more time with a bunch of these. But my back's killing me, y'all. I got to throw in the towel. So we might have Steve on later when we discuss his next win in the 850 category at 2.0 because he said he's bringing the heat, and so is everybody else, and it's going to be so cool. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next week, I got Rovik, dude. Rovik Ahuja from the Yukon. he's Oldsmobile, nitrous powered Oldsmobile that just loves doing burnouts. Like he picks up used tires along the way so he can do trailer burnouts. It's that dude's an absolute gangster. So I've got him on next week. Plenty more coming up here on That's Cool Drink. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's Cool Drink, episode number 48. Mr. Stephen Willingham. We are